You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Finally, 12 o'clock.
Let's go to lunch.
Hey, Charlie! Charlie! It's recess.
Oh. Thank you. I just want to finish up here.
Trying to make us look bad?
What do you mean?
Now, just what do you think I'm...
Hey, just forget it. Come on, we'll be late.
Look at him. Little goody two-shoes.
Why don't you guys lay off him?
Because we're mean, heartless brutes. Right, Fred?
Right.
Well, I think he's nice.
Hey, Mama, don't forget to change his diaper.
Charlie,
Hello?
aren't you going to lunch?
Oh, yes.
Any place in particular?
Yes. In a way.
Where?
Well, it's in the museum, actually.
The museum.
They have a very nice cafeteria. It's quiet there, and,
Would you like some company?
well, I mean...
It's okay, Charlie. I understand. See ya.
Hey, look at the dinosaurs. Wow, that's the biggest elephant I ever saw. It's a woolly mammoth, you dope.
Come along, children. Keep up with the class and don't touch anything.
Cafeteria... closed. Oh, no.
And here we have one of the world's greatest collections of primitive art.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
There are selections from every period. I direct your attention to the New Guinea exhibit. Some of the pieces, the sepik shields, for example, are hundreds of years old, but some were made as recently as 1950. This is because New Guinea is still a largely unexplored and therefore unspoiled land. Most natives of the interior will live and die without realizing that the world extends beyond the limits of their jungle.
Sorry, I'm not part of the group.
Let's stay together, please. Now then, the natives speak over 500 different languages. However, you'll notice that their art has a great unity. Of course, they don't think of their carvings as art, not in our sense of the word. This first piece in the glass case was meant to frighten away evil spirits. This one is a protection against disease. Oh, and this one.
If I could just get by, please. I'm on my way out.
Help you, sir.
What?
You look lost. Can I help you find anything?
Oh, no, that's all right. I just got turned around. Is the cafeteria closed?
For the rest of the week. They're remodeling.
Well, I'll be leaving then.
Main entrance is that way.
Thank you.
Have you seen the Egyptian wing?
Pardon?
Egyptology. They have a nice exhibit.
Is that right?
Just downstairs, next to the Hall of Miniatures.
Miniatures?
You know, the model houses. They have the palace at Versailles, a log cabin, a New England church, a whole room full of them, all made by hand, with little dolls inside that look just like real people. Pretty amazing. Have you been there yet?
No, I only come here for lunch, you see.
Well, you might as well take it in now that you're here. Not many people go there, but it's really something.
All right. I think I will.
Turn left at the bottom of the stairs. You can't miss it.
Thank you for the suggestion. I'll have a look.
To most of us, a museum is a place of knowledge, of beauty and truth and wonder. Some people come to study, others to contemplate, others to look for the sheer joy of looking. Charlie Parks has his own reasons. He comes to the museum to get away. It isn't really the low-priced cafeteria meal that draws him in here every day. It's the fact that in these cool, inviting halls, he can be alone for a while, really and truly alone, away from his work and from people who don't understand, which includes almost everyone in the world. But Charlie should be careful. He doesn't know it, but there's always a chance he might wander too far and get lost in the Twilight Zone.
And now, The Twilight Zone and our story, Miniature, starring Lou Diamond Phillips, with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
19th century townhouse. Home of Boston residents, Mr. and Mrs. Copley Summers. The figure represents their daughter, Alice, and was carved in wood taken from the original balcony. Look at that. What in the...
Found it okay, huh?
Excuse me, but
Yes, sir?
I guess this will sound silly to you, but how do they manage that?
How did they manage what?
In there, in the glass case?
Oh, well, I couldn't say exactly. I know they use magnifying glasses, little tiny tools, single hair brushes, that kind of thing. Must go blind making them so small.
But the girl, she's so realistic.
Isn't she, though? Long black hair, lace dress. Look at her fingers. They didn't miss a thing. Little rug, chair's got teeny tiny doilies on it.
But how do they get the girl to move? Servo motors? Microchips?
How's that?
The girl playing the piano, it's stopped now.
I don't think I...
There, see her sitting at the piano? She was playing just a few seconds ago. It was, I don't know, something like this? Didn't you hear it when you came downstairs?
I don't like jokes, mister. Not when I'm on duty, anyway.
I'm not joking.
Then you're hearing things. There isn't any mechanism inside that piano, and the doll's carved out of wood, a single block of wood. See the sign?
Yes, I know, carved in wood taken from the original balcony. But I could have sworn...
Yeah, it was probably some kid with one of those pocket radios. They sneak them in once in a while.
But I saw her move. At least I think I did.
Well, you know better now, don't you?
Yes, I know better now.
There he comes. Finally.
Where do you think he's been?
At the zoo. Visiting his relatives.
Charlie,
Yes?
there's a note on your desk. Mr. Demo wants to see you.
How do you do, Mr. Dimmel?
Yeah, sit down, Parks.
I'm sorry I'm late getting back from lunch, sir.
Well, I'm sure you have a good excuse.
No, sir, I don't. I just let the time slip away. I don't know how it happened.
You know, Parks, that's the first sign of humanity you've shown in almost 4 years.
I beg pardon?
Up to now, you've come and gone like some kind of wind-up toy. Never early, never late, always keeping to yourself. What, don't you like us, Parks?
I've never thought about it, sir.
Well, think about it now. Do you like your co-workers?
I suppose so.
Well, you suppose so.
I mean, that is, I don't dislike them.
I'm afraid that isn't good enough, Parks. An office is like a team or a platoon. Either it works together or it doesn't. And here, it doesn't. And the reason is you. I knew you were a square peg when I hired you, but you were bright and... well, I thought we'd wear those edges off. We haven't. No, not at all. You're still a square peg. You understand me?
Yes, sir. I think I do.
I'm going to use the excuse of your being late, but I can't. The fact is, I'm letting you go because you just don't fit in.
I understand, sir.
Parks.
Yes, sir?
This isn't any of my business, but how old are you now? 37, 38?
35.
Yeah, well, 35. Don't you think it's about time you gave up living with your mother?
She needs me.
Oh, why? Is she ill?
Not actually ill, but my father died some time ago, and my sister is married, and... well, she needs me.
I see. Look, you're welcome to stay on a few weeks if...
No. That's very nice of you, sir, but I'll manage.
Well, you can pick up your check tomorrow.
Thank you.
He had no right.
He had every right, Mother. Hiring and firing people is his job.
But why you?
He doesn't think I fit in.
That's ridiculous.
What are you doing?
I'm going to phone that man and find out why you're being persecuted.
Mother, please, it won't do any good.
Oh, Charlie, what's going to become of you? I've worked so hard to bring you up right. Maybe if I'd let your father punish you the way he wanted to.
It's all right, Mother. This is just a minor setback.
You say that every time. Why can't you keep a job, son? Why do you always end up making people uncomfortable?
I don't know.
I suppose they blame me. Well, I'm not keeping you here.
I know that, Mother.
Nothing in the world would make me happier than to see you settle down with a nice girl, raise a family, live a normal life.
Please, don't cry.
I can't help it. I hate to see you hurt, son.
I'm not hurt.
Well, you should be. Getting fired. It would have killed your father. It would have absolutely killed him.
I'll go to the Employment Bureau tomorrow. Here, take my handkerchief.
Where are you going?
To my room?
Get me my heart medicine before you do.
Yes, Mother.
Charlie? Why were you late getting back to the office?
I was detained.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. I was detained. That's all. Open your mouth.
Charlie, do you feel all right?
Yes, Mother. I'll go to my room now.
What's that you're whistling?
Pardon?
You were whistling.
I don't remember.
You should lie down, Charlie. Take a little nap.
Mother, please, I can take off my shoes.
I'm only trying to help.
I know, but I'd prefer to untie my own shoelaces.
Very well. I'll bring you some cocoa.
Not now.
Why? You always have your cocoa.
I think I'll go out.
At this time of day, we'll be having dinner soon.
I want to get a head start with the Employment Bureau, see if there are any jobs.
But they must be closed by now.
There's still time. I think I'll walk over. It isn't far.
Are you sure you should? Why not wait till tomorrow? Get a fresh start.
Do you want anything at the store?
Not that I can think of. But...
Sit in your chair in the living room. Put your feet up.
Are you sure?
Try not to worry, Mother. I'll be back in an hour.
Back again, huh?
Yes.
Anything in particular?
Is it still open?
What's that, sir?
The miniature room? You know, downstairs next to Egyptology?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. I came back. Wait. Where? Hello? Hello? There. I was afraid you wouldn't be here. Oh, no, you've changed your dress. That's a lovely gown. Very lovely. Are you going out? Who's that? Oh, you are going out. That's why he's wearing a cape and a top hat. Your gentleman caller. Does he have a carriage waiting? I hope so. I wonder where you're going. To dinner? No, something grand. The opera, that must be it.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Be closing soon.
I see. What time do you open in the morning?
9 o'clock, Monday through Saturday.
I'll be here.
What's that?
Nothing. I'll be along in a moment. I want to study this dollhouse a while longer, if you don't mind.
Okay, sir. Just a few minutes, though. It's almost time.
I see. Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
I have to go now. I won't be here when you come back. But I hope you have a nice evening, Alice.
Hey, where's old Charlie this morning?
Don't worry about him, buddy. My brother never misses breakfast.
Charlie, your breakfast is getting cold. You see, late for his meals, awake every night, tossing and turning. I tell you, I'm half dead with worry.
Mother.
He's sick. I know he is.
Sounds to me like he's got a girl.
Don't be silly.
What's silly about it? He's not a bad-looking guy. A little peculiar, maybe, but, you know, he's not...
If he had a girlfriend, he'd tell me. He hasn't told me, so it isn't possible.
Okay.
Nothing would make me happier than to see Charlie settle down. He knows that. I'm not one of those mothers who won't let go of their children. Ask Myra.
Pass the butter.
Charlie!
I'm here.
Your breakfast is on the table.
Sorry.
Hey, Charlie boy.
Hello, buddy. How are you?
Couldn't be better, Charlie boy. Couldn't be better.
Good morning, Myra. You're looking nice.
I wish I could say the same for you.
I haven't been sleeping very well.
Because of the job?
Yes, I suppose so.
It's been terribly hard on him, pounding the pavement every day.
Boy, that can get you down.
Charlie,
Yes?
we've got a surprise for you. Tell him, bud.
Well, it's like this. I heard they gave you the pink slip, and... See, I know the dispatcher pretty well over where I work, and, I told him about you, and, he said...
He said he'd give you a job.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh. Yes, I guess so.
Charlie!
It's very nice of you, buddy. Really.
You have experience in billing, don't you?
Yes.
Then what?
Well, you see, I don't know if I'd want to travel that far. It's out of the city, isn't it?
Nobody could pick you up.
Sure, till you get yourself a car.
Charlie, for heaven's sake, Buddy's offering you a job.
I'm sorry. I appreciate it, really. But I'm afraid...
You got something better, Charlie?
Excuse me, I have an appointment.
Charlie! Charlie! Oh, I don't recognize him anymore. My own son.
Does he have something better, Mother?
No, he doesn't have anything. He isn't even looking.
How do you know?
The employment agency called. They sent him on 2 interviews, and he never showed up.
Well, then where does he go?
I don't know.
Like I said, he's got himself a girl.
Oh, shut up, will you?
Henry, look at that. A real log cabin. Isn't it wonderful? See, there's a little spinning wheel. Your grandmother had one of those, remember? How did they make it so small? Oh, 19th century townhouse, Boston. Isn't that something? I've never seen anything so perfect, have you? Just look at the miniature piano and the doll there in her little handmade dress.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, I'd love to live in a house like that.
Sure you would. No air conditioning, no central heating, no television, no phone. Sure you would.
Excuse me? Are you finished here? I mean...
Yep, on our way to see the mummies. Come along, May.
If we must.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were still in bed. I wouldn't be here so early, but my sister and her husband came over and... Oh, I understand. Of course you need to get dressed. I'll turn my eyes away so you can have your privacy.
Hi. Little early today, aren't you?
Am I?
I guess you must get a real kick out of these displays.
Yes.
This one in particular. What do you see in there, mister?
Nothing.
Man doesn't stand for 4 and 5 hours at a stretch looking at nothing.
I'm not breaking any rules, am I?
No.
Then leave me alone, please.
Suit yourself.
Forgive me, it happened again. Oh, I see you're having breakfast. It isn't any of my business, but I really do think you should eat more than toast. Mother says breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Have I told you about my mother? She's very nice. Of course, she still treats me like a child, but I can't blame her. I'm all she has. I suppose that isn't very much. I have a sister about your age. Her name is Myra. She's nice too, but she's not as pretty as you are. I think you're about the prettiest girl in the world. I don't mind saying that because I know you can't hear me through the glass. But I think I'd say it even if you could, because I hope it's all right, but I have to go now. Just for a while. I didn't get much to eat this morning myself. I better have something. But I'll be back soon. I promise.
Charlie?
Hello, Myra. What are you doing here?
Oh, I was driving by. Saw you come out of the museum.
That's nice. Well,
Buy me a cup of coffee?
the cafeteria's closed.
Then we'll go somewhere else.
All right.
Here you go, folks.
Thank you.
Charlie, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't just happen to see you today. I followed you.
You did? Why?
Because Mother asked me to. She's worried, and so am I. You haven't been yourself.
No?
You go to that place every day?
I thought it might be a good idea to improve my mind.
That isn't why. I'm your sister, Charlie. I grew up with you, and I know you. You go there because it gives you a chance to be alone. And you want to be alone because you're scared.
Myra?
Listen to me. This is important. You're over 30 years old, Charlie, but you're living the same way you did when you were 14. Some of it's Mother's fault, some of it's yours. But it isn't natural. It's sick, Charlie, and you know it's sick. And that's why you're scared.
You're probably right.
Stop agreeing with me. I could say you were a blue monkey and you'd agree.
But
Look, I don't know about psychology or anything like that, but I think I know what's wrong with you. You need a girl, Charlie. You're at that time in your life. You know what I mean?
Not exactly.
Well, it's hard to explain, but you've never had a girl, have you?
Not as such?
That's what I thought. Well, we're gonna change that.
How?
I'll introduce you to Harriet Gunderson. She works at my office, and she's a lot of fun. You'll like her.
Myra, please.
Charlie, please. This one time, try. For me. If you do, I promise I won't bother you anymore.
All right.
Here's her address. You don't even have to phone. Just stop by, say around 7. And you don't have to buy her dinner. Take her for a walk in the park. She'll like that, okay?
Okay.
Word of honor?
Word of honor.
Charlie,
Hmm?
what you thinking about?
Nothing in particular.
You sure are quiet. That means you're the dangerous kind.
You can't trust the quiet ones.
You can trust me.
Who said I wanted to?
I only meant...
Look, why don't you relax? Come on, let's sit on the bench.
If you like.
Lean back. Take it easy. There. That's better. You like me, Charlie?
Very much.
Then why don't you show it?
How?
Well, you could try kissing me.
But we only met this evening.
Oh, come here.
We hardly know each other.
Quiet, you man, you. Oh!
I didn't mean to push you off the bench. It's just that you surprised me. Sorry, I'll help you up.
Forget it, Buster. Just forget it. Tell your sister you don't need a girl. You need a doctor.
Wait, please. Of course, I realized she was doing it as a favor to Myra, but even so, I didn't mean to be rude to her. It must be hard for you to believe, but that's the way things are these days. Who's at the door? Oh, it must be your gentleman caller. Wait! Tell the maid not to let him in. You mustn't. Why, he's drunk! Look at him! Run! Run! Don't touch her! Don't lay a hand on her! Stop! He's got to stop! I can't help you! The glass is too thick! I need something to break it! Hold on! There's a fire extinguisher on the wall!
What are you doing?
I had to. He was trying to harm her.
Hold it right there.
He tried to kiss her last night, but she wouldn't let him, so he came back.
Don't move. I'm calling for backup.
But I had to. He grabbed her and she got away and he went after her. She fainted and he carried her to the bedroom. I had to stop him. You can see that, can't you?
Sure, buddy, sure. Put your hands where I can see them. This is museum security. I need a unit over here right away by the miniatures. Better bring a butterfly net and a straitjacket. This one's a doozy.
Now, Mr. Parks, I want you to understand that no one is saying you didn't see these things. There's no doubt that you did. But you saw them in your mind.
They were real, Doctor.
To you, they were. That's the way it is with hallucinations. Ordinarily, the eye sees and transmits a picture to the brain, but sometimes that's reversed. In certain cases, the brain sees and transmits a message to the eye. Do you follow?
They were real.
Then others would have seen them too. Isn't that so? But no one else did see them. How would you explain that?
I can't.
Think about it. Mr. Parks?
I don't know why nobody else saw them. Maybe they weren't looking.
You say there were 3 figures. A young girl, her maid, and a man.
He had a big black mustache.
All right. Now let's reason it out. According to the museum officials, there was only one figure, the girl. Where did the others come from?
Well, the maid always comes from the kitchen, and that fellow...
Yes. Where did he come from?
Outside.
Outside the case?
No, outside the house.
Mr. Parks, there was nothing outside the house but glass. And beyond that, other displays. Isn't that true?
Yes. But he came to the front door, and they went out together once. To the opera or something, I don't know. She didn't realize what he was like then. I could have told her. I only had to look at him to see what kind of person he was. But she's so innocent and trusting and helpless.
Not like other women.
No, not at all. Have you seen her?
Yes, I have.
Is she all right?
Would you like to see her now?
Yes!
She's here. In a box in the drawer of my desk.
Careful!
You are holding a piece of wood in your hands. A beautifully carved piece of wood. About 6 inches tall.
Do you have to take her back?
I'm afraid so. It's museum property. Now I want you to go back to your room and think about what I've said. Will you do that? And remember, what you saw isn't the important thing. Our job is to find out why. Once we accomplish that, you won't have any more hallucinations. Yes? Oh, yes. Send them in. And ask Dr. Geisner to prepare the patient for checkout. Nice to see you, Mrs. Parks.
You remember my daughter, Myra,
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Wallman.
and my son-in-law, Buddy.
Hi, Doc.
Where's Charlie?
He'll be along in a few moments.
Is he really normal, Doctor?
That's a word we try not to use.
Why not?
Because it's meaningless. It refers to the behavior patterns of the majority. If 99.9% of the people in this country went to bed with their socks on, then that would be considered normal. And if you didn't...
I go to bed with my socks on all the time.
Well, what I'm trying to say is don't judge Charlie's emotional health by the degree to which he conforms to other people's standards. Don't expect him to be like everybody else.
Then you don't think he's sick?
Not now. No. He was when he came here. The constant pressure to be something he wasn't, to act and think and feel the way you wanted him to, instead of the way he wanted to, he was unable to cope with this world. So he created another world. But he knew it was false, so he destroyed it, and with that act, he made his first step toward mental health. Of course, he insisted it was real for a long time, but that's standard with hallucinations.
Charlie!
Hello, Mother. Myra? Buddy?
How are you feeling, Charlie?
Wonderful, Doctor. Really, wonderful.
No more dreams?
I've been sleeping like a baby.
Not worried about the girl in the glass case?
There was no girl. Just a doll. I know that. And I know what made me think I saw what I saw. Thanks to you.
Thanks to you, Charlie. You figured it out, remember? I didn't tell you anything after that first day a few weeks ago.
Oh, Charlie, I was so worried.
Now, Mother. I know you were, but I'm fine now. I'll find a job, and everything will be the way it was. You'll see. I sure missed this.
Did they hurt you, Charlie?
Well, they were going to use shock treatment, but they decided not to when I got well.
A lot of nuts in that place, I bet.
Buddy.
It's all right. I don't mind. May I have some more cocoa?
Charlie, we have a couple of surprises for you.
Oh?
The job at Buddy's office is still open.
Really?
And I talked to Harriet. She forgives you. But she can tell you herself. She's coming over tonight.
That's great. Thank you, Myra. And thank you, buddy.
Well, it took some doing, let me tell you, after where you've been and all.
Oh, I'm sure it did. But you won't be sorry. I intend to work very hard. Now, if I'm going to be ready for tonight, I'd better get a little rest. You'll excuse me?
Have a good nap, Charlie.
Thank you. Would you like to fix my bed, Mother?
I turned it down and fluffed up your pillow. It's all ready.
That's great. Just great. See you all later.
If you need anything, just holler.
I will.
All right, right, I gotta go by the house. Be back in a while.
Okay, honey.
You want me to pick up some chow?
That's not necessary.
We're all going out tonight.
We are.
Okay, then. See ya.
Take your time.
Drive carefully, buddy.
Sure. No problem.
It's wonderful having Charlie home.
I think the hospital did him good.
Shh, not so loud.
Don't you?
I still don't understand what happened to him.
The doctor told you.
He didn't tell me anything but a lot of gobbledygook.
Mother, I hate to say this, but if you want Charlie to stay well, you're gonna have to let go.
What in the world do you mean by that?
Just what I said. You don't know it, you really don't, but you're keeping Charlie here in this apartment. You're keeping him from growing up.
That isn't true. I've told him 1,000 times nothing in the world would make me happier.
No, Mother, that's wrong. And don't go clutching your heart, because it doesn't work with me. There's nothing wrong with your heart. And there's nothing wrong with Charlie that getting out of here won't cure. He's not your baby boy anymore. He's a man. Let him be one.
I love Charlie.
We all know that, Mother. But if he doesn't leave, he'll be back in that asylum. And this time he'll stay. You don't want that, do you?
No, of course I don't.
Then you help me tonight, when Harriet comes over.
How?
By going out to a movie with Bud and me and leaving them alone.
All right. If you say so.
Pass the sports page, would you?
Here. You should check the movies.
Oh, yeah, sure.
There's Harriet.
Already?
You better tell Charlie to get ready.
Charlie?
Hi, I made it.
Ooh, new dress?
Yeah, cost me something too. Hi, Bud.
Hey, Harriet.
Charlie, your company is here. Charlie? Charlie?
What's the matter? Can't wake him up?
He must be tired.
He's locked.
Charlie never locks his door.
Hey, Charlie boy! Up and at him, pal!
Maybe he doesn't want to be disturbed.
Nobody could sleep through that. Break it down, Bud.
Gee, I don't know.
Break it down.
Okay.
The window's open!
Take it easy, Mother.
He must have crawled out.
Why would he do a thing like that?
I don't know. He's your son.
Oh, what did I ever do?
Mother, be quiet. Hello, operator? Could you give me the number of the City Museum? The main one downtown. Thank you.
He couldn't have gone there. The doctor said he was well.
Hello? Yes, could you tell me, please, are you open tonight? I see. Thank you.
Well?
Well, they close earlier tonight.
Thank God.
But they were open until a little while ago.
Hello. I see they got your glass case repaired. I'm so glad. They tried to tell me you weren't real. Of course I knew better. But I had to pretend. Otherwise, I never would have seen you again. I love you, Alice. Maybe if I keep telling you, you'll believe me. Your world isn't simple, is it? No world with people in it ever is. There's loneliness, and misery, and heartache. Oh, look at you, crying because you're alone. I've been alone all my life. People try to understand. They can't. You could. We could understand each other and help each other and love each other, if only. Wait! Someone's here. I have to hide. But where?
This is where he always went, every day.
Are you sure he's here, Doctor?
I'm almost positive.
Place is empty, I checked.
He could have come in earlier and hidden, couldn't he?
Where? This place is deader than a doornail.
Shine your flashlight over there. What about those Egyptian mummy cases?
Say, that one isn't supposed to be open.
Could a man hide in there?
I guess. Nobody's allowed to touch him. It's against the rules.
Mrs. Parks, would you do something?
Anything for poor Charlie.
I'm sure he can hear you, wherever he is.
Are you going to take him back to the hospital?
I think it would be wise, don't you? Before anything else happens, call him. Ask him to come out.
Charlie?
Louder. Command him.
Charlie, this is your mother. Come here.
Again.
Charlie Parks, you come here this second, young man. You hear me?
It's too late. He's not going to listen to you now, Mother.
Hey, Charlie boy, let's go. What do you say, huh?
Can you turn on the lights?
Yeah, at the main switchboard.
Do it. We're gonna have to search the whole place.
Hey, is this the doll house?
That's the one.
And the doll, is that her?
Yep. Say,
What?
there's two of them now. A man and a woman sitting on the piano bench. I don't remember that.
All right, let's start looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get the lights.
Charlie!
Charlie, please. This isn't funny.
Yo, Charlie! Come on, Charlie!
They never found Charlie Parks because they didn't look closely enough at the house and the glass case. The guard didn't say anything more about what he saw. He knew what they'd think, and he knew they'd be right, because seeing is not always believing. Especially if what you see happens to be on display in an odd corner of the Twilight Zone.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Where is this place and when?